Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm your name, and today we're diving deep into Somebody I Used to Know, the 2023 romantic comedy that explores love, nostalgia, and the complexities of relationships. This film, directed by Dave Franco and starring Alison Brie, takes us on an emotional journey that explores both personal growth and the messy dynamics of reconnecting with people from your past. We've got a lot to talk about, from the quirky characters to the powerful themes of self-discovery, romantic entanglements, and what happens when we face the people we once loved. So, if you've watched the film or are planning to, sit back and relax as we break it all down. And, of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future content. Alright, let's get into it. Somebody I Used to Know follows Ally, played by Alison Brie, a successful but somewhat lost TV producer who returns to her hometown after her life in Los Angeles takes an unexpected turn. There, she runs into her ex-boyfriend, Sean, played by Jay Ellis, who is now living with his fiancée, Cassidy, played by Kiersey Clemons. What follows is a whirlwind of emotions, nostalgia, and unexpected self-reflection as Ally reconnects with her past while grappling with the person she has become. Directed by Dave Franco and co-written by Alison Brie, this film blends humor with emotional depth, tackling themes of identity, love, and closure. The core question it asks is, how do we handle the ghosts of our past when they unexpectedly reappear in our present? Let's start by talking about the three main characters at the heart of this story: Ally, Sean, and Cassidy. Ally is a complicated character. She's ambitious, yet feels lost and disconnected after a recent career setback. Her return to her hometown isn't just about revisiting the people she left behind, it's also about finding herself again. What's interesting about Ally is that she's at a crossroads in her life. She's unsure of her career, and her relationships have become somewhat superficial. Coming back to her small town is an emotional reset, but it also forces her to confront unresolved feelings from her past. One of the things I really love about Ally is that she's not a perfect character. She's flawed, self-critical, and trying to find balance in her life. Then there's Sean, Ally's ex, who's now in a committed relationship with Cassidy. He's a laid-back guy, but there's clearly some tension between him and Ally. He represents a part of her past that she hasn't fully moved on from. Sean's current life with Cassidy is stable, but when Ally re-enters the picture, he's forced to confront parts of his own history and emotions that he thought were buried. Sean's arc is really about rediscovering what he truly wants and learning how to navigate his past while honoring his present relationship with Cassidy. There's a lot of emotional complexity in his journey, and you can feel his inner conflict between the comfort of familiarity and the lure of something unresolved. Finally, Cassidy. At first, Cassidy is portrayed as the other woman, the fiancée who's clearly in love with Sean. But as the movie progresses, we realize she's more than just the villain or a source of tension between Ally and Sean. Cassidy is a multi-dimensional character, and her journey is about self-discovery as well. She has her own insecurities and struggles, which she works through as the story unfolds. Now, the real catalyst for the story is when Ally unexpectedly runs into Sean while in town. The initial reunion is awkward, and we quickly see that the chemistry between them is still palpable, even though they've been apart for years. It's a classic situation, they're both trying to pretend that they've moved on, but the emotional pull is still there. What makes this film so interesting is that Ally doesn't just try to rekindle something with Sean for romantic reasons. Instead, she begins to get caught up in this strange feeling of wanting to revisit the past. There's something bittersweet about reconnecting with someone you once loved, but who no longer fits into the person you've become. For Ally, it's not just about Sean, it's about rediscovering who she was when they were together, and whether that version of her still exists. Enter Cassidy, who's understandably put off by Ally's sudden appearance in their lives. There's tension between her and Ally right from the start, but as the movie progresses, Cassidy's character begins to open up more, and we learn that she has her own doubts about her relationship with Sean. This is where the plot starts to become more layered, and we realize that it's not just Ally trying to reconnect with her ex, it's all three of these characters struggling to reconcile who they were with who they are now. At the midpoint of the movie, the drama really ramps up. Ally gets more involved in Sean and Cassidy's life, and we start seeing some cracks in Sean and Cassidy's relationship. There's this push-pull dynamic where Ally's reappearance starts to destabilize the couple's sense of security, and it becomes clear that the relationships between the three are far more complicated than any of them anticipated. The tension here is key. Ally is forced to face her feelings for Sean, while Cassidy is grappling with her own insecurities. Each of them is dealing with their past in a way that's both reflective and painful, and they all have to question what they want for the future. The emotional stakes rise as Ally and Sean's lingering connection threatens to pull them back together, while Cassidy starts realizing that her own doubts about Sean might be more profound than she first thought. What I appreciate about this part of the film is that it doesn't just follow a simple romantic triangle. It's more nuanced than that. The conflict is not just about jealousy or rivalry. It's about identity, regret, and the ways we hold on to the past when we should be moving forward. As the movie heads toward its climax, we see the emotional toll the situation takes on all three characters. There's a pivotal moment when Ally has to decide whether to fully let go of the past and accept that she can't go back to who she once was. This decision is complicated by her lingering feelings for Sean, but it's also a moment of self-realization for her. For Sean, this is a moment of reckoning where he has to figure out if he's truly ready to commit to Cassidy, or if he's just holding on to something because it's familiar. For Cassidy, it's a time of reflection as well, as she realizes that maybe she's been too focused on the idea of love and not on what she really needs in a relationship. In the end, the movie doesn't offer a tidy, everyone gets what they want kind of ending. Instead, it emphasizes growth and the importance of closure. Ally comes to terms with the fact that she can't just revisit her old life with Sean, and Sean realizes that it's time to make a real choice about his future. Cassidy, too, learns that she needs to be true to herself, and not just play the role of the perfect fiancé. So, let's talk about the deeper themes of Somebody I Used to Know. At its heart, this movie is about self-discovery. It's about realizing that sometimes we need to confront our past in order to move forward. Whether it's Ally confronting her lost identity, Sean questioning his future, or Cassidy trying to understand who she is outside of her relationship with Sean, the movie is all about personal growth. The movie also explores the nature of nostalgia. The idea that we can never truly go back to who we once were, no matter how much we might want to. Ally's journey is especially powerful in this respect, as she learns that rekindling old flames doesn't solve the problems of the present. Ultimately, Somebody I Used to Know is a film about how we reconcile the person we used to be with the person we've become. It's a reminder that the people from our past are not the same as we remember, and sometimes, the hardest thing is accepting that we have to let go of them in order to move forward. So, Somebody I Used to Know is a thoughtful, emotional film that balances humor with deep emotional insight. It explores complex relationships and the messiness of growing up and moving on. Ally, Sean, and Cassidy each have to come to terms with their own flaws, regrets, and hopes for the future. I'd love to hear what you all think about the movie. Did you connect with Ally's journey? Or did you find yourself more drawn to Sean or Cassidy? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay updated on all our future breakdowns. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.